Founded in 1973, the Martha Heasley Cox Center for Steinbeck Studies is housed on the fifth floor of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library on the campus of San Jose State University. With over 40,000 items, the center is the largest publicly accessible Steinbeck archive in the world. The collection includes manuscripts, original letters, inscribed first editions, translations, and secondary works, film memorabilia, and over 3,000 photographs. The center is home to the International Society of Steinbeck Scholars, which hosts regular conferences on Steinbeck and publishes Steinbeck Review, a biannual peer-reviewed scholarly journal. The memorial service for Martha was held the afternoon of Tuesday, October 6th at 2 p.m. in the center. Approximately 50 people attended the service, including Martha's friends and former colleagues. The first speaker was Nick Taylor, a novelist and English professor who serves as director of the center. After welcoming the attendees, Mr. Taylor outlined the major achievements of Martha's career. These include founding the Steinbeck Center, establishing an annual literary lecture, and creating the Steinbeck Fellows program. Many former Steinbeck Fellows attended the service to show their gratitude to Martha. The next speaker was Dr. Lisa Vollendorf, Dean of the Humanities and the Arts. Dean Vollendorf discussed Martha's philanthropy and how her gifts to San Jose State will continue to shape the experience of our students for generations to come. The next speaker was Dr. Arlene Okerlund, Martha's former colleague and executor. Dr. Okerlund first met Martha in the late 1960s when she was new on campus and assigned to share an office with the venerable Dr. Cox. Martha put her to work immediately stuffing envelopes for the first Steinbeck conference. Many years later, after Dr. Okerlund had become dean of the college, the university was low on funding for literary speakers. She addressed the faculty and asked for contributions. People gave what they had in their pockets, but oddly, Martha gave nothing. The following week, Martha asked if she could meet with Dr. Okerlund in her office. She said she had thought about the problem and wanted to do something meaningful. So she presented Dr. Okerlund with a check for $25,000 to establish the Cox Lecture, the first of her many generous gifts to San Jose State. The next speaker was Jim Copeland, who met Martha when he was working for the Commonwealth Club in San Francisco. A friend who had a book discussion group told him about Martha and her interest in doing something to support the club. Martha ended up giving $50,000 to endow the club's book awards. She was a voracious reader, which made her a perfect fit for the book award jury. She made a point of reading all the entries in fiction and nonfiction, even when she knew that a book was not going to receive an award. She kept detailed notes on more than 100 books every year, so that when the jury deliberated, she would be able to make a strong contribution to the discussion. Martha liked to encourage innovation, and she also provided an endowment to San Francisco's Magic Theater for developing new plays. Mr. Copeland often accompanied her to opening nights at the Magic, where she was greeted warmly by the staff when she arrived. He said Martha reveled in the attention, and deservedly so. Martha was highly independent and did not trust cabs, so she would regularly catch buses around town to do her shopping and other errands. Only in her 90s did she allow Mr. Copeland to pick her up in his car and take her out for hair appointments, weekly grocery trips with stops at McDonald's for chicken sandwiches, and to Kaiser for her checkups. Mr. Copeland concluded by saying that most of all, he appreciated Martha's intellect, her generosity to the institutions she cared about, and the fact that she was so active so late in life. Her name will live on, he said, and so many people will be the better for it. The final speaker was Peter Nathaniel Malae, a novelist, poet, and playwright who was a Steinbeck Fellow during the 2007-2008 academic year. Mr. Malae said that the Steinbeck Fellowship came at a crucial point in his writing career, when he needed not only the money, but also the encouragement and validation. After his fellowship year, he and Martha were regular correspondents. He wrote a poem in her honor, which he read aloud. Mallards, for Martha. The end arrives again, as the mallards honk their way across the graying Yam Hill Valley sky. Their form is nearly flawless, lined into their V of avian assemblage, ingenuity of flight that every pilot worth the wait must learn at an academy. It's rare to witness grace. It's rarer still to have some inner bearings where the grace is processed right. It's rarest to look inward. We were told to do the thing that doesn't hurt another human being, just before the storm broke through our tortured little home. And there was nowhere you could fly. The sky was daunting then, is daunting now, even though the light, above the birds, has cracked the clouds so truly that there's nothing left for me to see. What guides their southbound journey, save each other? What drives them onward but the cold?